Tonight, we begin with a story that has electrified film fans across the world. Because when Sam Raimi returns, he doesn't just come back, he erupts. After years of anticipation, the legendary director known for redefining horror and reinventing superhero cinema is stepping forward with a project that critics are already calling his most outrageous in years. The film, titled Send Help, marks a sharp, daring turn for Raimi, diving deep into psychological chaos, comedic tension, and a battle of wills unlike anything he has crafted before. Early reactions from inside the industry suggest that Raimi has tapped into that same fearless energy that fueled The Evil Dead, Spider-Man 2, and Drag Me to Hell. But this time, the madness doesn't come from demons or supernatural forces. It comes from within. At the center of Send Help is a deceptively simple setup. Two co-workers stranded on a remote desert island. Rachel McAdams' Linda, exhausted and overlooked, and Dylan O'Brien's Bradley, her overbearing boss, who thrives on control. But according to Raimi, what unfolds between them is far from a typical survival thriller. In a recent conversation with Empire, the director revealed that the film explores power, vulnerability, and the uncomfortable truths people face when stripped of the roles they hide behind. Raimi describes it as a battle of wills, a clash that intensifies as the characters are forced to confront the reality of who they are without authority, routine, or escape. And in true Raimi fashion, the tension grows sharp, unpredictable, and darkly comedic. What has fans buzzing most is Raimi's claim that the film carries the spirit of Evil Dead, but with a twist. There are no demons racing through the woods, no cursed books, no supernatural mayhem tearing through the frame. Instead, the chaos is entirely human. Raimi explains that the film's most unsettling moments arise from the characters themselves, from the emotional layers they peel back as they lose their grip on civility. This inward descent, he says, is where the real horror and humor collide. Writing duo Damian Shannon and Mark Swift pitched the idea with such wild abandon that Raimi himself was stunned. "I laughed and couldn't believe they were doing this," he admitted. "It was really outrageous, even for me." That's a statement that longtime fans do not take lightly. Industry analysts are already framing Send Help as more than a comeback. It's a reminder of Raimi's instinct for blending genres in ways no one else quite can. After Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, many wondered whether he would return to the quirkier, more chaotic filmmaking that defined his earlier work. This new project appears to be the answer. Early descriptions suggest moments of sharp tension, punchy humor, and psychological unraveling that echo his most iconic scenes, from Ash wrestling his possessed hand to the unforgettable Doc Ock surgery sequence. And with McAdams and O'Brien bringing emotional volatility to the screen, the film is shaping up to be both a character study and a cinematic spectacle. Audiences won't have long to wait. Send Help arrives in UK cinemas this February. As anticipation builds, film critics are paying close attention to how Send Help positions itself within Raimi's evolving legacy. After decades of experimenting with genre, tone, and pacing, Raimi now appears to be turning his lens towards something more introspective, while still keeping his signature flair intact. The desert island setting strips away the noise, leaving only two people, their egos, and the emotional debris they've carried for years. It's a creative choice that allows Raimi to explore tension in its purest form. No monsters, no magic, just the raw friction between two flawed individuals. Analysts note that this approach may resonate strongly with modern audiences who are increasingly drawn to character-driven stories with a psychological edge. Yet Raimi ensures the experience remains energetic, unpredictable, and undeniably his. Another reason for the growing excitement is the dynamic casting. Rachel McAdams, known for seamlessly moving between drama and comedy, brings depth to Linda, an employee pushed beyond her limits, suddenly given the chance to flip the balance of power. Dylan O'Brien, on the other hand, channels an intense, sharply charismatic energy into Bradley, whose confidence begins to crack as the island strips away his dominance. Raimi has always excelled at crafting performances that teeter between realism and heightened cinematic expression, and both actors seem poised to deliver exactly that. Behind the scenes, sources say Raimi encouraged a playful, improvisational environment, allowing the characters' shifting emotions to drive the narrative. The result, they claim, is a story that feels both grounded and exaggerated, familiar and thrillingly absurd. What makes Send Help particularly compelling is its central theme: the collapse and reconstruction of identity when traditional power structures disappear. Raimi is no stranger to stories where characters confront their darker instincts, but here, the danger isn't supernatural, it's psychological. As Linda and Bradley's hierarchy dissolves, the film toys with questions of fairness, revenge, survival, and moral ambiguity. Should Linda reclaim control after years of mistreatment? Should Bradley be forgiven for his arrogance? What do people become when isolation removes consequences? Early previews suggest the film leans into these tensions, blending unsettling humor with emotionally charged confrontations. It's a style that will feel familiar to longtime Raimi fans. Those sudden shifts from laughter to dread, from calm to chaos, all delivered with impeccable timing. For audiences, the return of Raimi's bold tonal shifts may be the film's biggest draw. His ability to turn a quiet moment into something explosive or twist a scene of panic into unexpected comedy remains unmatched. Industry experts predict that Send Help could become one of the most talked about releases of early 2025, especially as moviegoers look for films that offer both entertainment and thematic depth. And with Empire magazine offering an exclusive deep dive into the director's process, fans are already scrambling to secure the upcoming Odyssey issue. Raimi hints that the article will explore not only the film's creation, but also the personal growth and renewed confidence he felt returning to material that embraces risk. For him, Send Help represents a creative homecoming, one that feels both nostalgic and newly energized. As February approaches, the countdown to Send Help's theatrical debut intensifies. The film promises not only a gripping story, but a renewed glimpse into Sam Raimi's distinct storytelling voice, one that continues to evolve while honoring the bold style that made him a legend. With its confined setting, shifting dynamics, and razor-sharp performances, the movie invites viewers to witness a psychological unraveling that is as unsettling as it is entertaining. Whether audiences arrive as longtime Raimi devotees or newcomers curious about the hype, one thing is certain: this is a film designed to provoke reactions, spark conversations, and remind the world why Raimi's return is an event worth celebrating. Send Help storms into UK cinemas on February 6th, and the excitement shows no sign of slowing down.